Welcome to the Insight series on personal well-being. Our question for this week is major daily health-related lifestyle choices. What about the quality of your interactions with others? Number 35. When we think about the quality of our interactions and the quantity of our interactions with others, there are a number of things that I believe that are important, and I'd like to share those with you. First of all, I believe that all human beings need some level of regular interaction with others and other human beings in order to maintain their personal well-being. However, the amount of social interaction needed varies tremendously from individual to individual, and as well over time with each individual, changes occur. According to a well-respected pair of social science researchers, solid scientific evidence shows that social relationships affect a range of health outcomes, including mental health, physical health, health habits, and mortality risk. And those two researchers are Umberson and Montez. You can find their article, by the way, by putting their titles or their names into your search engine, and up should come their articles. The second point is I also believe that it is not just the quantity of those social interactions, but also the quality of those interactions that is important. It's a combination, again, of most things in human experience of quantity and quality. We all need a minimum level of quantity of social interactions each day that also includes an adequate level of quality in those same interactions. Third point is if we don't have enough quantity of social interactions, we often feel lonely, and thus our current preoccupation and rightful concern with social isolation and the loneliness epidemic of modern culture. I believe that each of us has some level of minimum quantity of social interaction that is required to maintain our own sense of well-being. And there's a mixture of quality issues that also come into play. The fourth point is the quality of some of those social interactions may well further enrich our sense of personal well-being. Sometimes we can feel that there's an inadequacy or an emptiness about some of the time of our life that's spent in various things. And this particular issue, I think, is an important issue for all of us in terms of our personal well-being. The fifth point is that there is a good deal of research about the measurement of the quality of relationships. As a result, many instruments have been developed and tested to some degree, various degrees, and to date, unfortunately, no definitive consensus or conclusions about quality of relationships appears to be available in either scientific literature or from the National Academies of Science. The sixth point is that most of those instruments that are determined to determine the quality of relationships examine the following aspects of social interaction. One is the communication issues. So that deals with a whole variety of cultural and issues of background in our communication style. Openness, trust, intimacy, commitment, compatibility, and overall relationship satisfaction. So these are some of the key domains of many of those instruments that examine and attempt to measure the quality of our relationships. The seventh point that I'd like to share with you is the bottom line is that each of us needs to examine our own usual average life patterns, if you will, of our days and weeks, and answer two key questions. The first question is, am I getting enough social interaction on average each week? Is the pattern of my social interaction somewhat lacking in quantity? If the answer is no, I'm not getting enough, then that is where you probably need to focus to increase the quantity of social interactions. And that can be through a variety of different strategies. If the answer is yes, then the second question you might ask is, am I experiencing the level of quality of interaction in those relationships that I desire? Is there sufficient quality, meaning the issues of communication, the amount of communication, the openness, the trust, the intimacy, the commitment level, the compatibility, and overall relationship satisfaction? If the answer to that question, that second question, is yes, then keep doing what you are doing. If the answer is no, then you probably need to examine more deeply the issues of quality, do some reading on it, do some search on it, and proceed accordingly. The eighth and last point is be prepared to periodically ask and candidly answer these two important questions. It's really easy for us to go right by these issues, but these are pretty profound and important issues in personal well-being. In summary, our personal well-being is shaped by many daily choices. One of those choices involves the quantity and quality of our social interactions with others. We all need social interaction, and improving the quality of our relationships can have a very positive effect on our level of personal well-being. Now, for more information on this topic, try using the following terms in your web browser: importance of social interactions, quality of social interactions. You can also do quantity as well. Tips for improving the quality of your relationships. Next week, we will address the question, what about the importance of physical movement throughout the day? We encourage you to live well, live wise, and live long.